Jon Jones has been going on a Twitter rampage, quote tweeting tweets leading to this one, but we're going to walk you through everything that he's been doing in the past couple days. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channel. So it all started off with Jon Jones after a video of being in Thailand. He decided to get a little bit active on Twitter and post this. Been out here in Thailand, enjoying life, stuffing my face every day, and I swear I'm losing weight somehow. The quality of food here is amazing, so delicious, so clean. Now, the weird thing about Jon Jones is it's weird because he's kind of rage baiting, kind of not. He still needs that attention, and I don't know why. He feels so good quote tweeting a bunch of people. And something that I have been saying about Jon Jones for a long time is it's unbelievable how you have somebody who is arguably the greatest fighter of all time. He can walk through life and just absolutely stomp anybody in his path. You would think that that would give somebody an overwhelming amount of confidence, but he is one of the most, and I hate to use this word because it's so overused on the internet, but he's one of the most insecure people of all time. He constantly needs to validate himself. He constantly needs to be like, oh, I'm just enjoying life. And just people just hate that. People just hate that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he's just a really, really weird guy, okay? Of course, there were a couple replies over to that. We're going to take a look at a couple of the top replies to each one of his posts. Have you tried the duck? People saying things like this. Obviously, it's kind of, it's a little bit funny. You know, everybody relating things to Jon Jones being a duck. I'm sure we'll run into an AI image of him yet. John, how far can I get away from Tom? And it's obvious because Jon Jones likes to act like this type of stuff doesn't bother him, but we all know that it does. And it's unbelievable, but he is a deeply, deeply insecure person. It just doesn't make sense. He quote tweeted another tweet saying, enjoying your last days as champ before being stripped, I see. John replied to that and said, stripped? Lol, do I come across as the type of person who cares about things like that? Yeah, John, you do. He tries so hard to look like he's such a carefree guy. Just the haters don't get to him, but obviously it's deeply bothering him. The MMA community knows that he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall, that he's scared of Tom Aspinall. He wants to be viewed how he was, like he was fighting Daniel Cormier, where it's like, oh, Jon Jones is the best. He's the GOAT no matter what. Like Daniel Cormier can say, why are people, I've been sober my whole life. Why don't I get praise for that? That people just boo DC. Plus, I don't really know where this shift kind of ended up happening because I've been a Jon Jones hater since day one. The guy's always been like this, but now all of a sudden everybody's on team I hate Jon Jones. I just, you know what? Long overdue. I just don't understand it, okay? Yeah, we're never getting this fight. Bro quite literally said, who cares if I get stripped? Might as well vacate and not waste time. I think he cares. He wants to hold on that belt. He wants to be known as the greatest fighter of all time. And he's extremely petty. You do seem like a person who cares. Like, Jon Jones's replies have been filled with a lot of duck images, of course, and it's not shocking. Please strip me so I don't have to fight Tom. That is a very, very underrated thing, too. That way he can go and say, hey, I tried to work it out with the UFC. It's just, you know, the UFC and Dana White, they're great people, but it's just they don't pay their fighters enough. And that's what I'm here to stand for. And they couldn't meet my demands, so I decided to step away because I will not fight for a company that doesn't respect its fighters. That's the type of stuff that we're going to hear. But I'm with the people on YouTube that have been saying like Jon Jones might just be trying to price himself out, but the UFC is probably just willing to meet that. Yeah, there was another quote tweet. Yes, otherwise that you'd have vacated the belt a long time ago because you don't plan to fight Tom. Johnny had this to say, y'all barking up the wrong tree. I told the UFC my plans a long time ago. I have no clue why they haven't shared them with you guys yet. I don't know what to believe when it comes to this. People are talking about them just wanting to have a Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall fight for the new broadcasting deal that they're going to have. I don't know. I just know for sure that I don't trust a word that Jon Jones has been saying as somebody who's been watching him for well over a decade. I do not trust him. I do not believe that he told the UFC his plans. I don't know what to think. It's to the point where if Jon Jones has signed to fight somebody, I will not believe that Jon Jones is fighting that person until I see him inside of that octagon and Bruce Buffer starts announcing his name. Totally Accurate MMA replied to him and said this. They did reveal the plan. They said something about needing 6 months training camp to get all the PEs out of the system in time. Yeah. You just know if that dude fights Tom Aspinall, he's going to be juiced to the max. What exactly are your plans, somebody asked. To continue to monetize on this amazing brand that I created. Like, and it just continues on. Like, so you're fighting again or not, you're the current champion of the division. Not a bad idea. I can't believe that he even got 200 likes on that. It's crazy how people are still on Team Jon Jones for this. I'm willing to bet the UFC would pay you to fight Aspinall. It seems like that, like, if I had to guess on what's going on, if I was a betting man, I would say the UFC is willing to put that money forward to Jon Jones for him to fight Tom Aspinall. Jon just tried to price himself out. So you pretty much just want to keep taking advantage of your legacy with the UFC brand behind without you actually putting on the gloves. Does that make you a fighter or an influencer? Ooh. The reply said basically makes him Jake Paul. Unlikable, handpicking, ducking. Jones is an influencer now and a terrible one at that. And it really seals the deal when you hear about Jon Jones wanting to fight Alex Pereira and Jamal Hill. He wants to handpick opponents. He wants the 45-year-old Stipe Miocic. He doesn't want to take on the most dangerous fight in his entire career. And I understand people might give a little bit of pushback saying, well, every fight's always the most important in your career. This new opponent is always dangerous. There's always going to be one more guy. It's different when you've been sitting on a belt, refusing to fight, and you have an interim champion who had to sit out while you fought a 45-year-old. That's crazy, okay? Jones responded to another one, said, shut the hell up and fight. This attitude right here is making me a very wealthy man. This desperation is incredibly lucrative, so thank you. Keep it coming. Jon Jones, again, acting like he doesn't care. It's just, I don't know how, like, people still see through this. My favorite's when Jon gets in the car, like, hallelujah, my Lord. Like, he's such a great guy. He's such an intelligent guy. Like, he's looking down on the people and looking at this from an analytical point of view where it's like, oh yeah, I appreciate the haters because they're helping my brand. You know, this is why I'm becoming a very wealthy man and this is why I'm better than you. Like, I don't know how people don't see through that nowadays. Imagine calling fans desperate because they want see the heavyweight belts to be unified and see the division move on. Yeah, who likes the heavyweight division right now? It's being held up and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Jones in full coat mode was not in my 2025 MMA bingo card. I'm glad again that people are starting to see through all of this from Jon Jones. He's always been like this, guys. People don't realize how smart Jon is for building up the demand from the fight. Greatest leverage ever, excuse me. Come on. Jon just doesn't want to fight. He's not doing this for like some bigger reason. He doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. It's evident, man. Haters will always get you paid the most, UFC King says. Bro, it's crazy. I can't walk more than 2 feet here in Thailand without taking a picture. My Russian fan base, my UK fan base has somehow exploded. Everything is working out for my good. To be fair, I kind of believe that because for the people who are constantly yapping online, I can guarantee you, and because I know you'll comment down below, okay? I'm never going to be one of those guys. It is a common thing that you hear from people that are relatively famous where it's like people will just bark at you and just hate you. And the second that you see them, they either don't look at you or they're like, yo, Jon, what's up, dude? Oh my God, it's Jon Jones. Like, I could very well see that being the case because there are a lot of NPCs in this world. You just got to distinguish between them, okay? I'm from the UK, and the only thing that exploded with me about you is my disappointment of your excuses and damage to the UFC brand you are causing. I'm shocked they are allowing you to mess the division about. Yeah, I can agree with that, but I do agree that the responsibility falls more on the UFC than it actually does Jon Jones. It's the UFC's fault that the heavyweight division is in shambles right now. I don't know why they aren't stripping Jon Jones. We've covered that in a couple other videos on like the reasons on why that might be. It's insane that it's getting this bad. How does it feel to be retired? Anthony Scalise said, don't know if I want to call it retired. I feel like I've always had an ability to pop out and show him. I've had many breaks throughout my career. My identity outside of fighting is well intact. I'm genuinely enjoying life. I'm growing in different ways. Ugh. Like, it's incredible, man. I look at these things and I go, translation, I don't want to fight Tom Aspinall because I'm scared. You know that's what it is with this guy. You just know. Like... I've had many breaks throughout my career. PED usage, suspensions, jail. Like, it's unbelievable. My identity outside of fighting is well intact. Like, he wants to be viewed as, like, this bigger person so bad. That Sora responded to that and said this. Jon Jones, despite his undeniable talent and success in the octagon, come across as the most insecure person on the planet. His constant need for validation, whether through social media rants or deflecting criticism with bravado, screams a deep-rooted lack of self-assurance. From his questionable decisions outside the cage to his obsession with public perception, it's like he's fighting a battle with his own ego more than his opponent's. True confidence doesn't need to shout or tear others down. It just is. Jones's actions suggest that he's still searching for that inner peace no matter how many belts he's got. That's completely correct. And it doesn't make sense to me. If I had the talent and the appearance of Jon Jones, I would be so... Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a confident guy. Like, I'm comfortable in my own skin, but I don't understand how somebody to the level of Jon Jones can't just walk through life being as confident as you could possibly be. I wouldn't care what one singular hater had to say about what I'm doing. I'm Jon Jones. Like, and I'm not, and I know how that sounds, like I'm like idolizing Jon Jones, but you guys got to understand my point over here. This dude can walk through life mauling anybody. He can look at someone the wrong way and like, you just know Jon Jones is going to win that fight. It's crazy that he needs so much self-assurance, validation, how insecure somebody like that is. It's unbelievable to me. And with all of the fights that you've won against the baddest men on the planet, it doesn't make sense. Breaks, I'm not sure those were optional. Yep. Yep. That's exactly it, right? Stop holding the belt hostage. And that's what it's nice to see that people are finally bringing a little bit of light to this. So you're admitting you're just going to sit on the sidelines and hide from Tom, you know? That's exactly true. You just have to look into what Jon Jones what he was saying. Someone replied to Jon Jones, there's always those people like, yeah, you go, champ. Good job, Jon Jones. Enjoying life is all that matters at the end of the day. Jon responded to that and saying, 100%. There was a couple replies to that. Jon, go enjoy your life, but please vacate the belt. Let Tom live his life and let him attain his dreams. Let us fans watch his success. We got to watch yours and we won't forget it, but it's his time. Retire and do the Thai stuff or show or whatever and come back and give color commentary. That's the thing. Nobody cares that Jon Jones is being happy in Thailand. Nobody cares what he does. Nobody cares how happy he is. And in fact, a lot of people would be happy for Jon Jones. He likes to think like, oh, the haters just want to see my downfall. Like, well, I mean, yeah, but you know what kind of person he's like pretending to be online. He can go enjoy his life. Just stop robbing somebody else's dreams and stop putting an entire company and fan base and division on hold. Just because you want to keep that belt and just because you're scared to fight somebody. That's not how being a heavyweight champion works. You dead ass a psychopath, bro. You're not enjoying life unless you're actively trying to ruin someone else's, whether it's your wife, an innocent pregnant lady, or Tom Aspinall. Yeah, and everybody's going to forget, dude. Everybody's going to forget in a year's time when Jon Jones vacates the belt and Jon Jones doesn't fight and they have to actually end up stripping him. Everybody's going to forget. Jon Jones gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. And everybody's going to be like, you know, Jon was actually such a good person. He was such a good fighter, such a good champion. He never ducked anybody. That's what we're going to hear. But for now, it's nice to see that people are actually on the side of Tom Aspinall. This is an entire crazy situation, guys. Let me know what you thought about it down below. Thank you for watching the video. And check out this video on screen. YouTube thinks that you will like it the best if you enjoy MMA content. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you for watching. Take care, guys.